Good Sunday morning, friends. Mark Holmes here, of course, with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo and Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys and ladies, this literally does not work. So let's get open for business and let's wake up those football gods here this morning. Before I get into everything, Joe Bear. People are like, why you always Joe Bear in the morning? We get Joe Boo. It was about a year ago that Joe Bear came into my life. Last year, we were at the Super Bowl. We were at NFL X. United Way had a booth there, and we were actually in Miami like 9 days before the Super Bowl because had to get the place set up and work it and everything else. And that's where I met two great fans, Susie and Fernando. And they got me Joe Bear, as well as they gave me a Starbucks coffee thing because they said you look like you could use some coffee. Now, I have not used that gift card, but that gift card sits in my wallet. So one of these days when I do go to Starbucks, I will use it. But then it's actually a great reminder of a great friendship of people that I just met for the first time that day. So last night, when I'm doing my fireside chat, it's gotten cold. We had the ice storm and everything else. And normally, again, great fans, Miss Jackie and Miss Anita actually sent me this sweatshirt that I usually wear every night when I do my fireside chat. Well, last night it was a little bit rainy and it's icy out. There's actually a layer of ice out. So I got my Cowboys jacket on just for a little extra warmth. And that started off a whole firestorm because now everybody this morning, man, I love the jacket. Where'd you get the jacket? And it's like, I don't know. Susie and Fernando gave me the jacket. They sent it to me, and I'm so appreciative of it. I love it. I'm taking care of it. I'm not wearing it to work or anything like that. I'm making sure it stays clean. I only wear it in rare occasions. So Susie and Fernando, if you're watching, actually, I've got your phone number. I'll text you and see if I can figure out where they got it. So here we are, first Sunday without football. Super Bowl was just a week ago. Was it just a week ago? Yeah, I guess it was. So this is week one, first Sunday without football. The good thing about having a Sunday without football means it's one Sunday closer to us getting there. So there's that. So yesterday there was a about Lyle Collins retiring. Well, this is what I can say about it.
Oh, I say it again. You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok. This is what he does.
That's what he does with these. All these rumors. So Derek Gilmore ended up posting this to address the rumors. No, my client Lyle is not retiring. He loves football, and the Dallas Cowboys is working for a Super Bowl ring. Have a blessed weekend, everyone. So it's like, no, he's not retiring. The thing that people will say, oh, man, he's always injured. Oh, stop. Let's not look at last year as a regular season. Von Miller was hurt before the season started. You had so many players that were hurt, and I think that's a direct result of the NFL not being able to have OTAs and workouts. See, what you have to understand is, April 15th, the players in the facilities beginning to do off-season works. Training camp is not where you really get in shape. It's almost a yearly thing. And when you start thinking about some of the guys, especially rookies or free agents last year, if you're just moving, you just got signed by the Cowboys and you're a undrafted free agent, and then you have a pandemic and the gyms are closed and you can't go to the facility, how are you working out? You might have just gotten like an apartment, or you might be staying on a friend's couch. Where you think about guys now, they're in state-of-the-art, equipment, state-of-the-art, workout facilities. They're there with their trainers and things that are taking care of, off-season injuries and things like that and getting them in top peak performance. That didn't happen. You'll remember we had 10 days of conditioning and then 14 padded practices, and boom, we got an NFL season. So a lot of guys got hurt right off the bat because they went from 0 to 60. They had to come to training camp, and their bodies just weren't ready. They didn't have that all-year maintenance. And to think about not having Lyle Collins, I remember in a preseason game, his rookie year, watching him on extra point, where he literally blocked down inside, because he was the guard, blocked down inside, knocked that guy out, and then stepped out and took on another player. Did 2 blocks in one play. Quite frankly, I kind of liked him better as a guard. And you might even remember, this is what we need. Watch this play. Just watch
this ball game.
71. Look at it. Watch this.
Well, you know, in reality, it's been even longer.
2. Let me show you again.
This ball game.
Watch it. Watch him right here. He's right there. Boom. Bam. Look, knocked him down.
Well, you know,
Bam.
in reality,
Knocked
it's been
him.
even longer.
Bulldozed 2 guys. Watch it one more time.
This ball game.
Let me see if I can stop it. Look. Bam. Contact right there. He's going to go down, and then he's going to be looking for some more. Look at it. Boom. He's knocked down. Boom. And look at that. Head snap back. I mean, that is like perfect form. Literally.
You know,
Thrown like a rag
been even longer.
So I miss Lyle Collins, and I hope that he's back 100% from what happened to him. At least Mike Fisher was reporting that he was too heavy when he came to camp. And when he came to camp too heavy, he was doing things that a heavy man shouldn't be able to do. And it ended up exacerbating an issue that ended up being that he ended up being out. And so, you know, it was a conditioning, in shape type thing. Hopefully he'll be in shape and things like that, which still, with the problems we had with our offensive line is key. You've got to. Vosh, I know is screaming right now, probably pounding the table, offensive line, all day, every day. He's talking about drafting offensive line. That's where the Cowboys are weak. And I can understand that philosophy as well, because I think you have to start thinking about Tyron Smith's replacement. If Tyron Smith is capable, then, of course, we want to have Tyron Smith out here. But, a lot of people thought that Trent Williams was done with the Washington football team, who had cancer, cancer on his skull. And he ended up going to San Francisco, signing a 1-year deal, and was a Pro Bowler again, and is now one of the best free agent tackles in free agency. That could be Tyron Smith, just without the cancer. Allegedly, Tyron Smith had, disc issues or neck issues that they took care of, cleaned it out, and hopefully it'll end up being better for him. It sounds like it's been something that's been nagging for a while, but Tyron Smith is still, he's got a lot of miles on him. And what you may start looking at is that tackle. My only thing with the draft is I believe the number 1 pick has to be a day 1 starter that really improves your team. And if you're drafting a tackle, then you have to do one of 2 things. You've got to either say Tyron Smith is going bye-bye and we're going to save some cap money, and he's the starter at left tackle, or you're getting him to become a swing tackle and you're plugging him at right tackle, and you're taking Lyle Collins and putting him back at guard and having Connor Williams as your backup and Zach Martin and Tyler Badish. Ultimately, you need to go beyond just the starters on the field. You need to be able to have some depth, as we learn, because the reality is football, as much as you say, oh, man, we got great starters, if you drop off a cliff from your starters to your next level, if you end up going from Tyron Smith to Chaz Green, ultimately your team's not going to succeed. And this is one of the things that New England has always understood. If you notice, New England typically doesn't have, like the Cowboys. Most years we have 7, 8, 9, hell, 1 year, 13 Pro Bowlers. New England typically doesn't have more than 3 or 4 Pro Bowlers on their team. Not this year, forget about it. Most of their teams sat out. But what they realize is it's not just about having 7, 8 Pro Bowl players and spending a whole lot of money on those guys. It's about having about 30 really good players that are interchangeable, that if I lose one of my top line guys, I'm not going to a journeyman who has no business starting in the NFL. I've got a good player that I can plug in. And more times than anything else, it's not that New England is so head and shoulders greater than everybody else. It's more so they've been able to win the war of attrition by having players that can step up, because my second layer, which we're going to be into by the end of the season, is so much better than your second layer of guys on your team. And you dominate. That's why, come playoff time, they just have more guys they can use. This year, when you looked at losing Lyle Collins and Tyron Smith and seeing where we dropped off, we were fortunate that we went to and found Badish, because had we not had him, man, it would have been really ugly. It would have been really ugly. So hopefully Lyle Collins comes back 100%, and the Cowboys look at getting a swing tackle or possibly a replacement for Tyron Smith. All right, guys, it's Sunday, no football. What are you going to do? Oh, one other thing, too. Don't forget tomorrow night, live stream, Monday nights, Friday nights. We're always here. I owe an apology to Richard Noggin, because I thought he was like bipolar or multiple personalities and had created the whole Noggin clan, because we had, Bobby Noggin and Jimmy Noggin and Noggin and, all these different ones, where I thought it was the same guy, because, as he put it when he used to be on Facebook, is if you block me, I'm coming back. I've got like 20 profiles. So I thought literally it was the same guy, but apparently it wasn't. He is only Dak Hater and Richard Noggin. I don't know who all these other Noggins are, but boy.
Bye, Felicia.
Bye, Felicia, because,
Y'all fancy.
Enough is enough! I have had it with these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane! Everybody strap in! I'm about to open some fucking windows.
I have no problem with people having a difference of opinion. In fact, I welcome people having a difference of opinion, because I don't want everybody to come in and just agree with me. That doesn't do us any good. You get better when you look at things from a different point of view, because you may see something totally different than I do, and you don't understand the way I see things, and vice versa. But once we both hear each other's point of view, there may be solutions that work for both of us. And what we may find out is we're not so much different, because the Dak haters out there, some of you we know are trolls that are Eagle fans and stuff. But the reality is, I'm assuming that most Cowboy fans want to see us in the Super Bowl. I'm assuming that. I may be wrong, but I believe that's the case. And it's just a matter of, how do we get our ass there? I have a different way than maybe you do. But people have said things to me that I didn't originally agree with, that made me think and say, you know what? They may be right. And you'll find out, if you listen to somebody who has a different point of view, you might learn something as well. And with that being said, it's time for me to get up out of here. Here's one more final point. What's been funny is, after I've done my morning video, as I'm sitting here uploading it to Vimeo and then to Facebook and everything and YouTube, it ends up being there's some crazy news out there that starts breaking. So we'll see if there's some crazy news that starts breaking. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. See you soon.